Hey, how we doing, guys? Everybody out there in, the usual that I always say, caddy camper, fucking blah blah blah. It's Mad Friday, hence the gigs. Yeah, it's one of that, when you get to meet people, and this is a random stranger you meet on the internet. Yes, I've had a drink. Fucking why wouldn't you? So, we're at the crazy stage. Not the crazy stage. What would it describe it as? The stage of finding shit out stage. So, in terms of where I am, which is considerably further on than I have been, a number of things have sprung to light, as they always do. It's the gift that keeps giving people. So, what I'm going to do is give you a little walk around where I am. So here we are. Now, everything fits. Everything fits, as it should do. But it fits a little too well in certain areas, so I do have some advice. But first of all, I'm going to talk about rattling shit. Because this is all like new experience really, I suppose, and I'm learning as you do as I go along. So I'm driving along, and there's all these fucking random rattles. Sorry about the language. There's all these random rattles going on. It's like, what the fuck's that? And I'm isolating them one by one. So I take that out. It's not that. Put that back. It's not that. Anyway, different revs, different speeds create different noises. So the first one is obviously the back door. Everyone that's got a caddy knows about these fucking back doors and the locks. So it's great at the bottom, but it's something wrong going on at the top, and I can hear it at about 70 and, sort of, what's that there? 3,000-ish. There's a brrr, oh fucking hell, so I got to sort that out. The other thing is that the way that these doors work is that the metal catchment is metal on metal. So for instance, this one, you'll hear this. Yeah, the main overhead cupboard, and it's like the little metal plates banging inside, but that only does that at about 40. And then these other ones, different sound. Do you know what I mean? It's not much, but anyway, it's things like that that I'm trying to solve now. So my solution is just a piece of rubber, a little bit of rubber elastic band even, or in this case I'm using a bit of an old push bike in the tube and just, on the back of the plate. That's it. It's dealt with. Yeah. The kitchen cupboard thing that I'm videoing on here, it's like, how is it taking so long? Fuck, mate. It's the biggest cupboard. It's the one that's got the most shit in it. It's like drainage for the water, plumbing for the gas. It's got the ones most holes cut in it. I mismeasured, because it works on levels, and the trouble is the van wasn't level when I did it. And I was sat there last night thinking, why doesn't it fit? Brain ache. And then I realised, well, hang on a minute, you're taking your fucking level off. There was the van level. The level should have been on the floor. To take the datum point from the floor when it's fucking level, and I didn't, did I? So it's like, why didn't that fit? And it was 2mm, which to some people are like, well, that's not a problem, is it? I tell you what, 2mm is fucking the difference between it fitting and not, and it didn't. So I've got that to do, and then there's this other thing with the door. So I'm in here trying to get some kip, and you think, well, hang on a minute, two things. Firstly, some fuckers outside, they can open the door and get in, but I've got an axe here, so they're dead. But if they didn't want to do that anyway, I have a bit of a problem pulling the door because there's no door handle on these fucking caddy doors. There's only that bit of plastic, and you can't really. Alright, I mean, in that case it works, do you know what I mean? But it is a bit of a, you've got to kind of put your finger, and it doesn't always work. So I thought, right, I need to, do you know what I mean? I need to make some kind of strap or door handle on here that I can grip hold of it, and then some kind of safety lock on that end, so that if some tosser outside does decide to try and get in, he can't. Although I've got an axe, but I've already told you that. So yeah, that's that bullshit. What else? Yeah, and it's kind of like trying to work out. So once you've sorted the rattles out, because that's my main concern, and then I'm thinking, right, so I've got my regular, I've got my regular gas ball. But you know what it's like, you always run out of gas in the fucking middle of nowhere, about 100 miles from a gas station. Alright, because it's tight in here, man. I just thought, well, actually, there's enough room in this bottom cabinet. If I make another little shelf to sit above that, including the height of the gas regulator, it still gives me enough space in there to put a secondary gas bottle in, which I'd rather carry. I mean, I've got a backup, you know. There's like a wood burning type thing that I'm going to buy, like a barbecue, but that's more outdoor, so I've got that. So things like that, you know, there's things like that are going on. The sort of strapping cargo nets that I'm putting in, I'm putting some on the inside of the cabinet again, maximising the space. But there you go. So I'll get out. I'll just show you. See this door locks. Caddy fucking rear door locks, man. Don't you just hate them? So I'll just give you the panoramic view. Ta-da. Yeah, there's always a beer in the shot, and there's always a beer in the shot because I'm a fucking drunken bastard. Yeah, but we're getting there. You know, it's got to be right. There's just little, got to allow enough room for expansion. That's the other thing, and I made things a little too accurately, so they're a bit tight fitting. And obviously, when it gets hot, and that's the other thing, it's warm in here, so I'm gonna have to think about ventilation and some cooling system. All adds to the fun. Anyway, that's about it now. I hope everybody out there in Caddy land, YouTube land, wherever the fuck you are, cool, peace. I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.